For all you District 12 fans, there's another dystopian trilogy similar to The Hunger Games coming to theaters this Friday. Later on Woolies 411, we'll hear all about the other books that have been made into movies.
Good morning, West High. I'm Selena Rodriguez, and this is Woolies 411.
And I'm Jake Rager. Fourth quarter has already begun, and if you're anything like me, the year has gone so fast you've probably already forgotten last fall. If that sounds familiar, check out this commercial from our sponsor, the West High School Yearbook.
What's up, bro? What's up, man? Man, last year was crazy.
Yes, it was, man.
Man, I just wish I could remember all of it. You should have brought a yearbook, bro. I know. Wait, stay here for a second. Alright, I'm back. Oh, you remember this? Oh, man, you remember this right here? And so, this is my presentation of the entire world and its history into one. Ready? One. Let's begin. And that is how the Jedi defeated the Spartans of Hogwarts. Thank you. And you remember drama?
Yeah, drama.
To be or not to be. Not to be! Man, I should have got my own yearbook.
Get your yearbook today.
Dude, do you hear that? What is that?
What are you talking about?
Only $45.
What?
So, Jake, to buy or not to buy?
What are you talking about?
Come on, Jake, it's Hamlet. Everyone knows that. And besides, aren't you taking AP next year?
As a matter of fact, I am, and I can't wait for the summer reading assignment. I just hope I can stay on top of it all.
Speaking of, didn't you go out last week and interview all of West High's movers and shakers? Coming up next on Woolies 411, we'll hear from fellow Wolverines about how to manage a busy schedule.
Many West High students are overwhelmed with trying to balance their academics and social lives.
I am currently involved in about 7+ activities right now. Student Council, GSA, Multicultural Club, just to list a few, freshman mentoring program as well.
I'm involved mostly in band stuff. There's jazz band, there's All-America Band, Youth Symphony.
With schedules this busy, how do students find time for themselves?
I don't really have a ton of free time because I'm so busy, but I get a little bit.
Lately, I haven't been able to watch TV to get enough hours of sleep, so yeah, it's really tough. I mean, senioritis is real.
On the weekdays, not a whole lot. I'm trying to get all my stuff done so I can have free time on the weekends.
But what can students do to ease up their schedules?
I make sure I get stuff I need to do done first, and then I split up my homework. If we have different number of problems, then say we have 10, then I'll do 5 one day, 5 the next day, make sure I get it done that way. It usually takes a bit of a load off of me in one day. You always just gotta work hard. Any free time you have, always take advantage of it.
Motivation. I mean, I'm lacking motivation right now, but I just constant push and reminder that, hey, it's my last year, gotta finish strong.
This is Jake Rager from Woolies 411.
So, Jake, are you ready for senior year?
I don't know about you, but I'm still trying to get through the rest of jazz choir season while still focusing on school.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it when I was in soccer and the musical. In fact, I've already seen some soccer girls getting ready for their season.
Well, they aren't the only Wolverines getting ready to hit the field. Coming up next is Abby Kirkpatrick with sports.
Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% confidence.
Well, West High, the snow has melted, the grass is starting to turn green, and we all know what that means. Spring sports have officially started. Despite the cold weather and snow, our Wolverine athletes have been training in the off seasons to get ready to bring home a bunch of wins this year. Rose and I hit the gym to talk to some of our dedicated athletes. Tennis, track, soccer, and golf. These are the spring sports all of our athletes are training for.
To get ready for tennis, I do a lot of hitting off the wall that prepares us mentally and toughly, and do a lot of weightlifting.
We start maybe about in the middle of December for conditioning.
Open gym, conditioning, running.
I've been playing golf since I was a little kid. I started taking golf lessons in like 2nd grade.
Conditioning after school every day except Fridays. And we have open gym every Wednesdays at 7 to 9.
Run about 2-3 miles a day.
We also asked our athletes what their goals are for the season.
My biggest goal for tennis is to get a couple more wins this year.
I think our season's going to go really good. We have a lot of good runners and a lot of people are very dedicated to breaking records.
Yes, we're planning on going to state this year.
I want to win.
Last year was a little rough, so this year I'm going to go out and get them hard.
A lot of our athletes excel in the sports they do, so we asked them what they were best at.
I run long distance. I do the 2 mile, the half mile, and the mile. I'm hoping I'm playing all the way through high school.
I'm best at driving the ball.
Not the car.
Not the car.
This has been Abby Kirkpatrick
And Rosemary Zacharias,
reporting from Woolies 411. Looks like there's a lot of talent and enthusiasm this season. I can't wait to see how everyone performs. In national sports, spring means one thing: green and March Madness for all of us basketball enthusiasts. This year, it all starts with #1 overall Florida in the South region. The Gators haven't lost since December, and they captured the conference championship with a 61-60 win over Kentucky on Sunday. Florida will face the winner of Albany and Mount St. Mary's. The Great Danes and Mountaineers will meet in the first 4 in Dayton. Who are you rooting for, West High? And finally, before I sign off for today, Woolies 411 would like to give a shout out of congratulations to Tyson Troba for signing with Briarcliff. Make us proud, Tyson. I'm Abby Kirkpatrick, and this has been your West High Sports Report from Woolies 411. Back to you, Selena and Jake.
Thanks, Abby. Looks like it's going to be a great spring season for the West High School athletics.
Not only do West High students participate in team sports, they also excel individually. Last spring, Abby Josta showcased her talents as a dancer to honor her dad. Anna Gustafson went out to get the story.
Not many students at West High are involved in dance, and not many students have been doing it their whole life. Meet Abby Josta, sophomore here at West High.
I've been dancing for 11 and a half years.
During last year's Dance Squad show, Abby performed a solo. What you might not have known is that the solo was dedicated to her dad.
He thought it was very touching to him since I'm his little girl, and he just thought it was like a really nice thing. Because I don't know, I didn't tell him about it either, so I was like, no, I can't tell you, you gotta wait.
Although, what you might not have known is that earlier this year, Abby's dad was in a severe accident, and it has really affected the both of
A
them.
couple months ago, my dad got hit by a train when he was driving. He was like, he doesn't remember like how he got hit by a train, but he was driving, and I think he like was trying to look for the train, so he stopped, so he got hit by a train. Well, he can't like use his arm very well, his right arm. I mean, he can still drive and stuff, but he still needs help. Like, he just had surgery, and so like actually just a couple days ago he just had another surgery on his arm, so he can't lift like more than a pound, so I have to help him lift stuff, and I have to like help him ice his arm, and like help him like wrap it before he goes and takes a shower.
Even though Abby has been dancing for 11 years, she still plans to keep dancing. After she graduates in 2016, she plans to go to a college for dance, and her father is fully supportive.
I'm gonna look at, actually in a couple of months, I'm gonna look at 2 in New York. I'm gonna go look at like a class for them, and I'm gonna go look at 1 in Seattle, Washington, I think 1 in Oklahoma, and I think there's 1 in Maine that I'm gonna look at.
This just goes to show that a father's love and a severe passion can help you overcome almost any obstacle. Reporting for Woolies 411, I'm Anna Marie Gustafson.
What a thoughtful act of love. It sure is heartwarming to see how considerate students are towards their parents.
I love my mom.
Yes, Jake, we know. But did you know Abby not only dances, but she is also involved in the freshman mentoring program? Once again, Anna Gustafson went out and got the scoop on FMP.
Mentors in Violence Prevention, or MVP, has been at West High for a long time. Every student here has taken part in it. But what do they get out of the program? I went out and talked with Mrs. McFarland and Mr. Martin.
FMP, Freshman Mentoring Program, how many years?
This is year 8.
We've been trying to coordinate our upperclassmen to build relationships with our underclassmen and raise them up to be Wolverines.
We think it helps kids feel more responsible. It kind of, I feel, take more ownership in terms of their grades and their responsibilities.
And I think the mentors are, one thing they get out of it is being needed. You know, they have a role in the building, they're needed in the building. They're sought out for advice, help with coursework, relationships, all kinds of stuff. And so that's kind of that big brother, big sister feeling.
Not only does FMP help the freshmen, but it also helps the mentors. To get a better understanding, I talked with mentor Tyler Unruh.
My job as a mentor is just to be there and help out anybody that needs help. So it doesn't just have to be a freshman. I'm just an asset for everybody to use. To be a mentor, I feel like it's great to be one. It's a good thing to be, and not just because it's good on a college resume. It's actually something to do. I mean, you're involved in your school and you're helping them out. You're not just floating by high school, just doing whatever. You're really enjoying your time here and making a change.
Being a mentor seems like a lot of work, but also fun. Don't forget, West High, juniors and seniors can apply to be a mentor now through Friday, March 21st. You can pick up your applications for Miss McMillan in the freshman house. Thanks for watching. I'm Anna Marie Gustafson.
When I was a freshman, I always enjoyed the FMP activities.
I agree. All the character lessons have come in handy as I've gotten older.
Whatever, Selena. We all know that you had a huge crush on Malachi Zeitner.
Jake! Maybe a little. In other news, this weekend is highly anticipated movie, Divergent, hits the screens. Divergent, just one of the many books that have recently been made into movies. I went out and spoke to the student body about which they preferred, the movie or the book. Time and time again are books made into movies. Recently, the popular book, The Great Gatsby, was made into a movie. Not only are classic novels turned into movies, there are several teen books made into movies as well. I asked some West High students where they stand on the movie versus book debate.
I prefer movies over books because I feel like, for me, they are more visual, obviously, but they make it all come to life, and I just love how all the movie magic you can put into it. For example, I like the Harry Potter movies better than the books because I feel like looking at them actually saying the spells and like watching the actual action, I think it's way better and I think it's way more in-depth.
After Bobby gave me his opinion, I went out and asked other students for their thoughts on popular books into movies.
I prefer the book almost always because the book just allows the characters to progress more, I guess is the better word. I read both the book and saw the movie for The Hunger Games.
Take care of them, get whatever you do, don't let them starve.
And disappointments, weren't many disappointments in the movie for me. I mean, of course, the skipping out on the characters' stories was a little bit upsetting, but that's understandable considering it's only like a 2-hour movie.
Okay, I've read and seen The Hobbit. I've seen the Hobbit movies. There's 2 right now, and I've seen both of them once, but I've read The Hobbit itself about 3 or 4 times.
There is no king under the mountain, nor will there ever be.
The movies use a lot more. They use a lot of the lore that was actually in the Lord of the Rings, but I guess some of the disappointments that were with the movie was the CGI was kind of bad, and they kind of shoehorned a lot of characters in that weren't actually in the Hobbit book.
Accept the love we think we deserve.
You see things, and you understand. You're a wallflower.
I didn't think anyone noticed me.
Okay, so for Perks of Being a Wallflower, I personally think the movie is better. Both have like the same elements since the writer of the book directed the actual movie. So I just think it's a lot better visually. I didn't have very many disappointments in the movie, considering I liked it better than the book, but there was like some parts taken out of the book that were like some parts in the book that weren't in the movie, so that'd probably be my only thing.
There you have it. Both books and movies are entertaining ways to get a story across. Here are a few books to read before they hit the theaters this year. Divergent by Veronica Roth, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, and The Giver by Lois Lowry. So before you buy your tickets, try and see what the book has to offer. This is Selena Rodriguez reporting to you from Woolies 411. So Jake, are you Team Jacob or Team Edward?
I don't even know what you're talking about, but I suppose I'd be Team Jacob because I'm Jake.
That figures, you narcissist. Let me make it easy for you. Do you like books or movies better?
Personally, I prefer the movies because I like to watch the action. What about you?
Well, I guess I disagree. How I see the book when I'm reading it usually isn't the way it's portrayed on the screen. Plus, many of the details are often left out.
There you have it, West High. Looks like we're going to have to agree to disagree. Well, that's all we have for today. This is Jake Rager.
And Selena Rodriguez signing off from
Woolies
Woolies
411.
411.
Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the